We try to package our products in sustainable packaging. We're just really trying to do good things for the earth while bringing good weed to the people.
And I love that. And your growing form is sun grown, correct? All sun grown?
We are 100% in the sun, in the earth, and we don't till.
Hey, Holla Flowers! It's Destinee Blanco, your host for Mita Unshackled, here with Beer Bros Pharms team. We are at the Edwin Rubis Stage at Holla Flowers, and I'm going to go ahead and let Bill take it over.
Yeah. Well, right now we're sitting down with our friend Judi Nelson. She is the owner of Soul Spirit, and I'm going to let her give you guys an introduction on who she is and what she does.
Hey, Judi.
Hey, thanks, you guys. It's great to be here with you and this lovely, sunny, bright day. The Soul Spirit Farm, we are a small family craft farm up in Trinity County. So for those of you who don't know, Trinity is in fact part of the Emerald Triangle. It's kind of like the redheaded stepchild of the Emerald Triangle. People forget about us a lot. We're very private, but we like to come out into the world and represent Trinity County small farms. And we like also for people to come and visit us at our farm. And we have a little retreat center there. So we grow great weed regeneratively. We try to package our products in sustainable packaging. We're just really trying to do good things for the earth while bringing good weed to the people.
And I love that. And your growing form is sun grown, correct? All sun grown?
We are 100% in the sun, in the earth. And, we don't till. So that soil and those beds have been intact for more than 20 years.
I love that.
Wow.
I love that.
Cannabis for your soul.
It really is.
Well, Soul Spirit. Listen, I love that. You know what I just found? So I've grown for a long time, but I started growing on the East Coast, and so it was all salts. Like we started with salts, Pat, and because you were indoor and wasn't. But what I find most fascinating about the no-till is the idea that you're not taking away any of the foliage. You're using the foliage to put back in the earth. That then in turn feeds the worms, and the worms in turn put out worm dirt, worm poo, and then
the technical term.
So the plant feeds the worms, and the worms feed the plant. It's super cool.
Well, and it's not just worms. Actually, there's like a whole mycorrhizal community happening underneath there, and that's one of the coolest parts about the whole thing is what's happened. There's a whole world.
The natural selection.
Yeah, it's and it's also too, while the organic like that, the no-till specifically, it's just a different type of plant than a salt-fed, light-fed type plant. It's just totally different.
It is very different.
And so, all right, so let's talk about this. You also too, so not only do you have a farm, but your retreat there. So let's talk a little bit about this because I know I've seen it online. You guys have these cool places that people can come stay.
Yes, we do. So we have 6 glamping tents and then like a communal area. And what we really enjoy is having like group retreats, team retreats. I've had a couple of different cannabis companies come and do a staff retreat there, which I love because it's just nice, especially for maybe ancillary businesses who don't touch plants or maybe have never even been on a farm. It's just super fun to host them. They have a whole
culture.
Exactly. Yeah. And I feel like, that is part of why I do it is to sort of be an ambassador, of our culture, which is very deep, to people who maybe haven't had the opportunity to come and experience it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and what better of a way for somebody to understand where their medicine comes from than to go spend some time on the farm where it comes from?
Very much. I think a lot of people just have no idea what actually goes into it, or really that there are many, many different ways that flower gets produced and ends up at the store where you might purchase it. And it isn't just sun grown and indoor. Yeah. Like there are many, 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 many grades within both of those categories. Greenhouse, same thing. And what we're really trying to do is craft cannabis, right? It is an artisanal product that we're creating. Currently, like every eighth that we put out into the market is hand numbered.
Okay.
Everything is hand packed. Every label's applied by hand. It's hand trimmed. It's, so
I
it's
love
like,
that.
it is a different product
Right.
than something that's mass produced. There is space for all these things in the market, but just know that, there is a different level of all of these different things.
And so are these things that you teach at your retreat for, people that aren't educated?
Exactly. Yes. And the best way to learn is just by like having the experience. And so,
immerse yourself in it.
exactly, and depending on when people visit, you could be there for harvest. You might be there for, planting. You might be there for like just leafing. We have a Canna Mom retreat every year. And that just happened to be at a great time for like, you pull a lot of the leaves off just to thin it out so that more sun can hit the flowers. And then we were able to like juice all of those leaves, which is a really healthy, great thing for people to do. And so like...
Wait, like cannabis juice?
Yeah,
The leaves,
exactly.
the fan leaves.
Guys,
Yeah.
I have to try. Why have I never tried cannabis juice?
You do need to try. It's very, very good for you. It has a lot of antioxidant properties.
Yep.
I know a lot of people with gut health issues who have really feel like they've healed themselves by
Acid
drinking
reflux.
cannabis.
Well,
Yeah.
I can tell you why you haven't, quite honestly, because you have to really be on a farm.
You do,
almost.
right.
And
You
so
do. Have
most
that
of your
fresh
commercial
available.
facilities are just going to be throwing those fan leaves out.
Yes. And
And-
I will say,
Yeah.
do not juice leaves from somewhere that is spraying
Absolutely.
chemical fertilizers.
I was going to mention
That would be the other reason you probably haven't
So
tried
it's like
it.
outdoor too? Because, how do you want to
Yep.
deal with that?
Well,
Outdoor
I
juice.
would find a regenerative farm and
Yeah.
get your leaves from there.
I'll
Because
just come over.
there you go.
There
Please
you
do.
go. You'd love
I
it.
happen to have a whole glam ground that you can come stay at.
Well,
See,
My
it all
Mita team will
works.
come do a Mita
Meet a retreat.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
And so, did I read somewhere that you guys are using completely recycled package?
So no,
Okay.
it's not recycled.
Okay, not recycled. Okay,
It is-
I'll let you go.
all compostable.
Yes.
Right. And so like there are compostable bags, and we do put like half ounces, and we do, little gram samples for bud tenders and stuff that are in bags. But I just couldn't put eighths
Yeah.
in a bag. I feel like every bag I've ever bought is like squished and the buds are all flat. And so I found this really cool solution that they're actually like, they look like plastic pop tops, but they're made out of canola oil resin.
Okay.
And they're actually manufactured down in Southern California.
Okay.
So they're super fun. They compost in, like I put them in my worm bin and stuff to test it. And they basically break down to nothing. My test right now is like 9 months.
Okay.
But then I know that a lot of people don't have a compost pile, or they don't have access even to, like, some municipalities won't take them in their green bins. And so we have a take back program too. So like at dispensaries where you can buy our stuff, you can bring all the packaging back.
I love that.
And then we come pick it up and make sure that it gets disposed of
So
correctly.
Regenerative Farm.
I like
Regenerative
that.
Farm.
We are regenerative farming practices.
Yep.
Along with it, we've got compostable.
Yeah.
So you're doing your part to not pollute the planet, which is part of the whole point of the plant. The plant is here to heal the planet.
Very
it remediates and helps us and helps the ground. And so then if we just take that and cover it in plastic and sling that all over, we're not really doing ourselves any good, are we?
No, we are
So,
not doing ourselves any good.
So what do you have any specific strains that you're known for? Is there anything this year, or is there anything over the years you've been known for that we can tell people about?
Absolutely. I mean, we do have a couple of proprietary things. One of them being our terpinolene dominant Soul Shine.
Okay.
And, terpinolene is like Jack,
I was just
train
gonna
wreck.
say.
I mean,
Yeah.
but you know.
The Jack. Jack. People know terpinolene for Jack.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you either love it or
you don't.
love it. And so so that is one that we're known for. But also one of the things we're known for is doing some classics, right? So our headband has been
I love it.
solid for us. People love that one.
I like that one. That was actually one of the strains I found in my dad's closet.
I
And
love
it really is like, I feel like one of the most common comments that I get from people is like, your weed got me high school high.
Yep.
Love it.
And
I was like
and
12
I
years
truly
old.
believe, like, it is the genetic, obviously, but it really is the growing method that I think really makes that. And I think that the more people can learn that and we say it all the time, that THC number is not the important number.
Nope.
There's all these other things going on, and you need to pay attention to that, because it's like you could smoke something that was 30% THC over here, and you can smoke something that's 30% THC over here, and you will for sure notice that they don't make you feel exactly the same. Yeah. So what is that, right? Yeah. It's not the THC. So we just, we do try to produce like the highest terpene levels that we can. This headband this year, and some mother's milk that we had, it was like 3.99% terps.
And that's high for a flower.
Yeah.
Flowers are usually 1.5 to 2.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and we have not had, we had a weird little anomaly with our candied grapefruit this year. Like, it tested at 0.95, which I'm like, we've never had anything under 2.5.
Yeah. Okay.
In 7 years of testing.
Okay.
2.5, like, is the lowest thing ever. So this candy grapefruit, which was really interesting, I think that it was like the first thing I tested after the laws changed in January.
Okay.
And I feel like there was like something maybe a little off, but the beauty of the candy grapefruit, we just got second place in the Emerald Cup with it. So, but also it's like one that like someone can be standing over at this shelf at the dispensary, and the bud tender over here opens it, and the person standing at the shelf over here is like, what was that?
The elephant in the room.
So I think there's even if that test result was correct, we're also learning about all these other compounds, the esters,
flavonoids,
and the sulfurs, and the flavonoids, and all these things, and like, we just know so little.
We do know so little. It's amazing that a single plant can have this many different compounds and this many different combinations, and we still haven't figured it out. Yeah. It really is amazing. So I've always been a fan of the plant. It never ceases to amaze me.
Yeah.
And so
it's my fave.
Yeah. All right. So, and a good example of that is you can give somebody a 35% wedding cake, and you will get higher from an 18% OG all day long. And so I always like to say that the THC level is simply like your gas pedal, but the direction you're going to go is all the other cannabinoids, the terpenes, the
horsepower.
flavonoids. Yeah, the THC is just your horsepower.
Right.
Yeah.
The way you're going to steer this bad boy is everything else. So. Well, listen, we really appreciate you coming out. I could probably sit and talk all day because cultivator to cultivator. But we appreciate you coming out, spending time with us at the Edwin Rubis Stage here at Hall of Flowers. Let everybody know who's listening, where they can find you on your social media, website, all that good stuff.
Yes, please go to our website, soulspiritfarm.com. It's SOL like the sun. And sign up for our email list, because that really is the best way to stay in touch because of all of the challenges with social media. But we are Soul Spirit Farm on Instagram, and also Soul Spirit Retreats. So I am Soul Spirit Retreats, and my husband Walter manages the Soul Spirit Farm on Instagram.
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Thanks,
I appreciate you coming on. So great to meet a beautiful spirit like you. No pun on that. Wow. We really appreciate you, and hopefully you have a great rest of the show.
I will.
Thank you.
Guys.
Thank you.
That was another episode of Meet Unshackled.